All right, it says live, and you know what that means. Live, as in live. Awesome. So we are going to give the attendees a couple minutes to arrive and pop in here. And we have, let's see, 313 people registered. That's not too shabby. Awesome, thank you, welcome, and thank you for being here. We'll start right at the top of the hour. In the meantime, if you want to say hello in the chat room and say where you're from, what the weather's like in your neck of the woods, then please feel free to do so. And we'll give you a quick shout out. I'll just put feel free to say hello in the chat. Awesome. I'm still figuring out this new webinar jam, but so far it looks pretty cool. All right, let me shut off the internet. I mean the Facebook and all those other distractions, so we don't use all that good old bandwidth. All right, so you should see me on screen and hear my voice, although there's a delay. If you want to acknowledge that you can see me and hear me, that would be great. Super duper. And then we'll get started in just a couple minutes. I'm going to share my screen in a moment, so you'll see that. And check out this and this and this. Cool, great, thanks so much. Andrew from New Zealand, where it's already tomorrow at 11 a.m. Awesome. And Walls also from New Zealand. Wow, New Zealand in the house. Hey, Roz. Good to see you. How are things in the Bronx? I'm looking at the chat list here. That's why I'm not looking at the screen. Sorry about that. Phil, Kim, Judith, so far so good. Awesome. Sue, excellent. Thank you. And Ian's in from Sydney, Australia, where it's pouring and cyclonic winds. That's not cool. I hope everything's okay there. Sue from Ontario, the snow is gone. Michael, obviously, same weather because he's down the road. And yes, you can ask me any question you want about editing royalty-free music. I may not have the answer, but I'll do my best. And there will be some Q&A at the end. All right, now that I know you can see and hear, that's awesome. I'm going to share my screen, and we will get started then. God willing here. Let's see. Share. Yay, it worked. All right, cool, awesome. Hello, Elsie from New Jersey. Awesome. Walls in New Zealand. Yep, Judith, Larry. Awesome, great. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. And we tried to do this last week, and my internet went down, among other things. So, you know, it was great. It was not fun at the moment. But we're back. We're doing it again. And here we go. Let's dive in. Feel free to chat it up in the chat, ask questions. I will be checking the chat from time to time. And as I mentioned, we did try to start this last week, but we're doing an encore presentation here because it got pretty messed up. Hey, Patty, David, awesome. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming. This is Get Your YouTube Act Together. And I have been immersed in the world of YouTube lately, and they change constantly, but I've tried to get as many tips and tools and shortcuts as I can to share with you. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to dive right in. And we are going to talk about customizing and branding your YouTube channel. We're going to talk about the importance of creating SEO-friendly titles, descriptions, and keywords, how to create a great YouTube channel trailer. I'll give you a couple secrets on that. Creating custom thumbnails, the tool I use for that. Making annotations and learning about YouTube's new cards, which is pretty cool. I just learned about this one myself. And also end card graphics and some other YouTube goodies. So if you have a problem with the broadcast, usually a refresh will take care of that, assuming it's not on my end. And I'm looking at the room here, and it looks like people are pouring in, so that's good. So far, so good. That means everything is under control. Usually, if you refresh your screen, if you have any problems seeing or hearing, usually that takes care of it. I can also give you a backdoor link to refresh if you want. Oh, that didn't work out too well. Okay, so you guys know who I am. I don't have to spend time on this. So we'll just skip over that, all that ancient history, and move on to the now. And now, as in today, I love this fact, 89 million people in the US alone are going to watch 1.2 billion online videos today and tomorrow and the next day. And I hope that some of those 1.2 billion videos are yours and mine. But by the time we're done here, hopefully they will be. So I'm not going to go through this in too much detail, because I think if you're here, you already know that video is incredibly powerful and very influential and will extend your reach and influence in many, many ways. Most importantly, to get people to buy your products and services. One of the things that jumps out at me when I look at some of these stats is that people have gotten kind of lazy about reading sales pages and web pages and copy. So there's a stat that I found that says that 80% of your online visitors on your website will watch a video, but only 20% of them will read the content in its entirety. So that says a lot, about the power of video. Let me take a quick look at the chat. It was frozen for a second, but it's unfrozen. It could be a Chrome thing. I'm told to use Chrome. I know that on my end, I followed all the rules meticulously. So hopefully, if you refresh, that may do the trick. I can also give you what they call a secret backdoor link to try. So let me put that in the chat just in case you guys have any issues whatsoever with the broadcast here, because we are using new technology. So I'm going to put I just put the so-called backdoor link in the chat, and I hope that will assist you. Let me do it one more time here. There we go. All right, so we're going to proceed then, because so far so good for most of the folks here. There's a couple of little issues here and there, but it looks like for the most part, everything is fine. So refresh your browser and use Chrome if possible, and we are going to forge ahead, come hell or high water. So why would you want to use YouTube to begin with? Oh, and by the way, there will be a replay just in case anything goes horribly wrong. YouTube now has 1 billion unique visitors a month. Over 6 billion hours of video are watched each month on YouTube. That's unbelievable. 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. I had to change that because in the last couple months, that went from 100 to 300. According to Nielsen, YouTube now reaches more US adults ages 18 to 34 than any cable network. So YouTube has come into its own. YouTube rules. It's the biggie. It is the largest social media network, even eclipsing Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So it's a place where if you are doing marketing, it's where you want to be. And it's definitely, there's definitely good reasons to be putting your videos on YouTube. Now, there are obviously some challenges about that because it's crowded there and competitive. And it's very easy to get lost in all of that. So you want to be able to make sure that your video stands out and is relative and engaging. Obviously, if you're on YouTube, it is very good for search engine optimization and Google rankings. But the important thing is to take all that traffic and drive it back to your website where you control the experience. YouTube is obviously very powerful and influential, but a lot of views can mean the difference between, going viral, quote unquote, or not. So really, it's a matter of reaching the right audience and knowing how to put videos on YouTube and how to optimize them to give your videos a chance to be seen, because nothing's more discouraging than working hard on a video and putting it up and only getting 17 views. I've had that happen before, but if you follow the advice that we're going to share here tonight, you should be doing much, much better, because small adjustments and little tweaks can really have a major impact on the success of your video. So I'm going to share with you some best practices in the coming slides, and hopefully that will make things much easier for you. And YouTube is notorious for changing their interface and changing things and not really telling anybody, so you kind of find out when you go back there that things may or may not have changed. But we'll try and stay on top of it for you and share what we know. One thing about YouTube views, to not get too hung up on it, because the truth is, and I shared this last week, 53% of YouTube's videos have fewer than 500 views. So, and 30% have less than 100 views. So if you're doing more than 100 views, you're not doing too bad. If you're doing more than 500 views, then you are in good company. Really only 0.33% have more than 1 million views, and those tend to be music videos and famous folks. So let's talk a little bit about some success stories and case studies for a moment. Some of your goals for video might be that you want to be on, you want to start to build a memorable brand. So YouTube can be really powerful in creating that brand. And obviously YouTube has created a lot of YouTube celebrities, but a lot of average business owners too have used YouTube to reach millions of viewers and really build their business. And one of the examples I like to use is Gary Vaynerchuk, who at the moment has over 500 videos on YouTube, has 71,000 subscribers and 6.6 million video views. So that's pretty crazy. Oh, hi, Dee. This is a PowerPoint, by the way, that I'm sharing. See that refreshing seems to be helping with the broadcast, so thank you for that. Another reason that you may want to use YouTube is to maintain a powerful and consistent online presence, because it really helps you to remain visible and remain relevant. So YouTube allows you to attract a steady stream of leads and drive that traffic back to your website. Case in point, Will It Blend, who advertises their lovely blenders by destroying stuff in them and blending things in them, has 800,000 subscribers and 257 million views. Awesome. With YouTube, you can convert your leads into customers using the know, like, and trust factor that video provides, because video is very immediate, it's personal, it's engaging, and especially if you're on camera, there's really no better way to build that know, like, and trust and develop a following than with YouTube. Another case in point, 20-something Michelle Phan, who has 7 million subscribers on YouTube and a whopping 1.1 million views. So pretty crazy, right? So, you can have that same kind of success, and you don't have to be a superstar or be at it for years and years. I like to use the story of my client, Evelyn from Costa Rica, who owns a vacation rental property, who really went from 0 to over 100 videos in a very short time once she got the hang of doing it. Relatively simple videos she was doing herself. One of her videos I checked last week has 93,000 views. You can see it highlighted there, traveling in Costa Rica. A little video she did in her yard with an iPhone has 93,000 views. Her YouTube channel has over 300,000 total views, and more importantly, it's really helped to build her business and create demand for her vacation rental property. So again, there's a lot of success stories out there. You can definitely be one of them. There are really only half a dozen or so things that you have to pay attention to be successful on YouTube. And those are, we'll go into more detail, but just as an overview, titles, descriptions, and tags, the 3 areas that you can enter your information, the 3 fields in YouTube, are extremely important. Thumbnails have actually become really, really important because they attract viewers and encourage them to click through to watch. I know if I see an interesting thumbnail, I might click on it. Annotations and cards, especially cards, are relatively new. These are features that make your videos interactive and engaging for the viewer. You can do end card graphics. I'm seeing more and more of these, or end slate graphics as they're sometimes called. They help give your viewers specific direction about where to go when the video's over, so they don't get distracted and go down some rabbit hole. Also, a channel trailer and channel customization, which I'll share some examples of, can really help to increase the engagement of your channel and get more folks to come there. And of course, let's not forget, at the end of the day, it really helps to do good, relevant, quality videos. There's really no substitute for quality videos posted consistently. So I'm going to do a quick poll, speaking of views, while I had Evelyns thing up here, and she had so many views. And there'll be no judging here, but let me see if this poll thing works. First question in the poll is, do you have videos on YouTube? And I'll publish the results at the end. So you can just go over to the poll section on the right-hand side where it says polls, and the poll will show up, and you can vote yes or no if you currently do already have videos on YouTube. So I'll give a moment for the voting here to come through. So far, 100% of you, unless that's me, have videos on there, which is kind of interesting. So most of the folks here looks like they do have videos on YouTube, which is great. So you're already ahead of the game. But let me ask you one other question then, if I may, about videos. Let's see, how many views does your most popular video have? Does your best video have less than 100 views, more than 100 views, or more than 500 views? Evelyn doesn't count because she has like a gazillion, and she's been at it a while, but again, you got to start somewhere. Most of my videos, it depends. Some of them have less than 100, some have more than 100, some have more than 500. But it looks like, I'll let the poll run for a couple minutes here because this is an interesting question. How many views does your most popular video on YouTube have? Less than 100, more than 100, or more than 500? All right, let's stop that poll here and look at the results so we can share those. It looks like at the time of taking this poll, 68% of us have less than 100 views on our video. 11% have more than 100, and 21% have more than 500. Not too shabby. That's really good. If you have more than 500 views on any video on YouTube, you're doing pretty good, but you can do even better. So let's take a quick look at YouTube now. I'll go back to these slides here and see where we're at on that. Let me just double check this chat. All right, so again, YouTube can be a little overwhelming, but if you know where everything is and how everything works, it doesn't really have to be. Basically, the upload button is in the top right-hand corner of YouTube, and you can upload from, you can just drag files, drag video files right to the center, or you can upload them by finding the file on your computer. You can also customize your channel and change how the graphics look so it matches the rest of your brand, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. You can actually add a video trailer, what they sometimes call a channel trailer, as a welcome video. You can organize your video into playlists. So there's a lot of ways you can do to really enhance the experience for the viewer coming to your channel. And one of the things that I'm a big proponent of having come out of the TV biz and been in marketing and branding is branding and customizing your YouTube channel. And you can do that very easily by going to your YouTube channel and clicking on the little pencil edit thingy here, and a drop-down menu will appear that says Edit Channel Art. You can also customize your channel by inserting a channel trailer or a welcome video that runs for people who have never been to your channel before that are not subscribers. And again, I'll show you how that works as well. So if you want to customize your channel, you can see how I've done that here. I put a banner here and I customized it. I'll show you some software to do that in a moment. And I also put a channel trailer here, which for new visitors that come to my channel see basically a welcome video or a tips video. And the same thing happens here. You can click on the little pencil on the top right-hand side, and a drop-down menu will pop up that says change trailer or remove trailer, or if you don't have one, add trailer. You can put any video that you want there, and that's what non-subscribers, new people to your website will see. So that's like a really good opportunity to grab people the first time that they've come to your channel and show them what you're all about. If you do want to create that custom banner up here and customize your channel like I've done up here, you can create a graphic that is 2560 by 1440 pixels. 2560 by 1440. And it has to be that big size because it has to show up differently on different devices. And you can kind of see in the middle here, that text and logo safe area, that's what'll be the banner, 1546 by 423. That will be the banner that shows up on your thing like I have on mine. And I have that right up here. Now, the good news is if you want to make a custom graphic to have your channel look customized, you only have to go as far as canva.com, which I will put in the chat. And that's a great tool for creating graphics. And the cool thing about it, or one of the cool things about it, is that they have a template for YouTube channel art. So you can go to canva.com, which is free, and look for the YouTube channel art and create your YouTube channel art based on one of their templates. So you've already got something to start with. You can customize that, put in your own text, your own photo, and make it look however you want, just like I have done on my channel. So that is customizing your channel. You can use canva.com to make sure that your channel looks like your other parts of your brand. So I've just tried to create sort of a generic, video marketing. That's what I talk about all the time. And that's what my banner says. So I've customized my channel to try and give my viewers, a unique experience. Now, right from the YouTube playbook, and yes, there is such a thing, they talk about channel optimization, and they talk a lot about using your title, description, and tags and how important that is. As they say here, create a cohesive and compelling channel experience that will turn first-time visitors into long-time subscribers by optimizing channel branding and metadata, which is, metadata is basically your title, description, and tags. So as I mentioned earlier, it's fairly easy to upload videos to YouTube. Most of you already have videos there, so you know this stuff, so we'll go over pretty quickly. Did you know you can also schedule videos? So if you have a video that you don't want to come out till Monday, you can post it and then indicate the time that you want it to be released. So you can schedule videos ahead of time. That can come in handy. That's kind of cool. Again, back to the title, description, and keywords. Those are the key places in your video where you're going to have an opportunity to optimize it. Your titles should be descriptive and contain your keywords. Your title should be, well, obviously your title should contain your keywords, but your description can also contain keywords, and you have a lot of room there to work with. So you can make a nice long description. And again, what YouTube calls tags are simply just keywords, and you want to use consistent keywords there as well. You can also upload a custom thumbnail besides the 3 that YouTube gives you, and I'll show you more about that in a moment as well. So you can see here where I have on this particular video at the time, the title was Rapid List Building 2.0 Webinar with Bortone and Clay Collins. So that pretty much says what it is. It's got some keywords in it. The description, we started with the link to the webinar and the videos on the side. Most of them are my videos because I use the same keywords all the time. So this started with 170 views back in the day, and I checked it today and it has 14,610 views on a video that I created 2 years ago, basically. No, a year ago. Just a little over a year ago. So, once you put those videos up there, they keep working for you, which is part of the beauty of having the videos up there. They just keep working for you. And what YouTube calls metadata is really technically just the title, description, and tags. And you want to make sure that you're using the keywords there to get the most out of your videos and to make sure that they're found on YouTube. So again, once you've got your video up on YouTube, you can take the embed code and put that on your website or blog. You can use the video in an e-zine or email it to folks or share it. The great thing about that is I like to use YouTube as a hub and share from there, because once I put my video on YouTube, they make it really, really easy to share it to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, etc. Wow. All right, I'm going to take a quick drink and look at the chat and proceed from there. Dee, I'll tell you how I did these slides in a bit. I use templates from, I can't remember the name of the site, but I'll get back to you on it. I think it's graphicriver.net is where I get these templates that are fancy schmancy, and then I customize them. So check out also the description area of YouTube and how much space you can use in your description. This one's an example from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. And this video got 3 million views in less than 24 hours. But look at the extent to which they use their description. The front part is just a little bit about what the video is, but the rest of it are all links to their other properties, and follow Jimmy on Twitter, follow Jimmy on Facebook, yada, yada, yada. And then also look at the sidebar here, how these titles are pretty descriptive and pretty specific. Billy Joel and Jimmy Fallon form two-man doo-wop group using iPad. You can't get much more specific than that. They also use custom thumbnails where they put the guest's name here so you can see at a glance what it's about. Here's another shot from the Fallon show, The Tonight Show. And again, you can see how they're using very descriptive titles. Pierce Brosnan's most awkward James Bond filming moment. They're taking these longer segments and cutting them into shorter, like 3-4 minute clips. They're using a very long and detailed description here. Let me see if I can show that part. They're using custom thumbnails with a text overlay that says who the guest is. So they do a really good job, and we can sort of take a page from their playbook and kind of copy what they're doing. They're putting their videos into playlists to curate it. They're using nice short clips that are easy to watch. They've got good titles. They've got good long descriptions, good thumbnails, all the key things that you need to help your YouTube videos succeed. Let me take a quick look here and see how we're doing. Okay, so far so good. You can still see me, you can still hear me. That's awesome. So we're gonna forge ahead. All right, so custom thumbnails are another way that you can get more people to your video and get more views on your videos, because usually the 3 thumbnails that YouTube gives you are not so great. So you can take and select another shot or another thumbnail and customize that and put an overlay on it to make it really clear from a quick glance what that video is about. So you can see, obviously this is Barbra Streisand, but they put the overlay here to help you identify what it is. You can see here's Billy Crystal, here's Dana Carvey, and they make it easy for you to find the video that you want to find because they do custom thumbnails. Marie Forleo does an awesome job with this as well at Marie TV. She is another really good example of a well-optimized YouTube channel. Her videos are organized into playlists. They have custom thumbnails with text over them telling them exactly what it is, so you can look at a glance and tell what the videos are about without jumping around. And she even uses something called closed captioning, which not many people use, which basically puts the text of your video into the video. And you have to do that. If you want to do it right, you have to do it manually or have somebody do that for you. So once again, another person who does an awesome job. And again, you can see, just like on the Jimmy Fallon show, she has a very long and detailed description here that has links to her other sites, recent episodes, all that good stuff. So check out the way that she does that. And you know, she's got 12,000 views on this video, so that's not too shabby. And you can find her at mariefolio.tv and copy what she does, and you'll be doing really good. So again, YouTube, from the YouTube playbook, calls thumbnail optimization one of the things that doesn't take a huge amount of time that's really going to help your videos get found. As they say here, thumbnails act as miniature marketing posters for your videos, and they attract viewers to your content and compel them to click through to watch. So use custom thumbnails. Next up is annotations, which is another YouTube feature. I won't spend too much time on this because this may be replaced soon by cards. But at the moment, what you can do with videos is add overlays and text over your video once it's done, and create what they call annotations, which are clickable links that can actually link back to your website. So again, anywhere in your video, you can go in and add an annotation, which is sort of like an overlay. They have different types of annotations. They have speech bubbles and notes and spotlights. And you can have that annotation link to an associated website, which is your website, so that when folks click on the link, they will be directed to your website. So that's kind of cool. I mean, anything that you put in the video after the fact, you can have it linked to playlists, you can have it linked to your Google page, you can have it linked to your website. So that's a really good way to drive your traffic that you're getting back to your website, where you control the environment and you control the way things look. And again, just a great way to control the viewer experience and drive the traffic from YouTube back to your site where you control the experience. So that is annotations. Once again, let's go to Jimmy Fallon and look how they use annotations. They have an end card here at the end of their video that pops up when the video is done. And it tells you to go watch more clips from tonight's episode, or subscribe, or to watch Jimmy's favorite videos. All of these are annotations, meaning they are overlays so that if you click them, you will go to those particular areas. You'll go to more videos if you click this. You'll subscribe to the Tonight Show channel if you click this. So he's using annotations to, again, control the viewer experience and make sure that you stay with their content and not someone else's. So it keeps you on channel longer, which YouTube loves. And again, it just helps control the overall environment. All right, cool. Any questions? I'm going to take a quick look here and see. Awesome. Jeff says, thanks for being persistent and offering this training again. No problem. I want to get it right. So we're going to do it till we get it right. And we're recording this, and the replay will be available if you missed any. So again, annotations, which we were just talking about, is, as the YouTube playbook goes, another important strategy and another reason that can help drive viewership, another reason for your viewers to come and see your content and stay with your content. All right, now let's move on to the good stuff. We didn't even get to this last time, so I'm looking forward to this. All right, so YouTube cards are very new and very exciting because they're better than annotations. They're kind of like annotations, but they're actually better than annotations. So you create a card. You can see the little eye here that's now below your video. That's where you can start to create a card. And a card is like an annotation, but you have more control over it, and it's actually better looking and more engaging for the viewer. So in this example here on my video, I go up to where it says cards, and I click on card, and it will ask you to add a card. And you can add a card for an associated website, for merchandise, for a video or playlist. You usually probably want to do it to an associated website, because that way you can drive that traffic back to one of your websites. You can put up to 5 cards in each video. And the cards are just a much better way to present your content. And if you put add card, I've got this card going to an associated website, and now this overlay pops up that says, where do I want to send the traffic? I want to send it to lubortone.com/kit. That's my associated website. And my headline is Free Online Video Survival Kit, and the call to action is get your free video kit. And you can upload an image to represent your card or what you're basically advertising. Then you click create card, and bang, you've got your card that pops up if somebody clicks the little eye up on this upper right-hand corner. So right here at the beginning of the video, I've got this card that pops in, and we created it before. It says free online video survival kit. If you click get your free video kit, you'll go to this opt-in page. You can see my graphic there, and that links right back to the site. So cards are a new way to have something pop up that is cool and attractive, and a great way to move this traffic off of the YouTube page and back to one of your pages, because it links back to your site. I'm going to finish this card section and then answer a couple questions that are coming in. So here's one that I did the other day. I was dressed up. I don't know what I was doing then. I don't know. But sometimes I just get crazy on these videos. So I was in jail here, and I had a card pop up that talked about the 30-day video challenge that we're doing soon. So at 5 minutes and 56 seconds here, this card pops up and talks about the 30-day video challenge. And if you click on that, you'll go to that website. So now I have a card that pops up at 1 second and another one that pops up at 20. I could have added as many as 5 cards. And again, they look a lot more interesting, and they're a much nicer interaction and engagement than annotations alone. Let me answer a couple quick questions here. Phil says, what drives someone to click the I in the card? Well, that little I thing will pop up with a headline. So if the headline that pops up at 5 seconds or 20 seconds is compelling enough, you know, it might just say, get your free video kit. And if somebody clicks on that, then they'll see the whole thing. The whole card will pop up. So it's really a matter of getting their attention with that quick little headline that's going to pop up at that portion of the video. What am I using to record the webinar? I'm using a template from graphicriver.net, which is simply a PowerPoint template that I customized. It comes with all this groovy backgrounds and stuff, and I just customize it. And then the actual webinar is being recorded by Webinar Jam Studio and will be available as a replay, and will be available on my YouTube channel because it records automatically. Roz is trying to figure out how her videos don't show up. I mean, other people's videos don't show up when her video finishes. There is a little setting buried in YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. I was going to have to go way back through a few slides here, so bear with me. Where you have to click right here, show suggested videos when video finishes. Don't check that, and that way those videos won't show up. The other way you can pretty much ensure that most of the videos show up are yours is to use unique keywords, and keywords that are really specific to you. Like I use my last name backwards, and it helps link all my videos together. And that way, those videos that show up at the end, hopefully are mine and not someone else's. So that's how you get unrelated videos to show up. There's one other thing you can do besides cards, YouTube cards, to help keep your viewers and engage your viewers. Marlis, cards can only be positioned on the right-hand side. They pop up on the right here. So they're not too obtrusive, but that's where they're just designed to pop up. And Donna says, if I click the card at 20 seconds, am I no longer watching your video? I have to remember how that goes. It's really more of a, it will open in another window, so the video won't stop. You'll just have to decide if you want to stay with the video or go look at the card. Jackie says, isn't this a Google Hangout? That's how it's recorded. Yes, that's correct. Technically, it's a Google Hangout recorded. I'm using Webinar Jam to get into the Hangout, and the Hangout is recorded and goes to my YouTube channel. But Webinar Jam also provides a replay page that Google Hangouts doesn't provide. So it's Webinar Jam with Google Hangouts. All right, cool. So YouTube end slates or end cards. I showed you this slide before when we came to annotations, but the reason I'm showing you here is because this is what shows up at the end of Jimmy Fallon's videos. And the idea is that they want to keep you in their world and on their channel and having you do their stuff rather than go off somewhere else. So, sorry, I need to take a drink. So I can do like a custom end slate here, And what will go in these boxes are related videos, and then I can have an offer, like for that survival kit. So at the end, I can tag this onto the end of my video, and then with annotations, I can make all these things clickable. I can have an annotation that links back to subscribe. I can have an annotation that goes to this free kit. So end slates are really good for keeping that traffic that you're getting on YouTube on your channel and in your world. And obviously, the Tonight Show does a really good job with that. All right, cool. So here's the bottom line of all this stuff and all these goodies. I often kid folks and say, you know what, if you want more views, you got to make better videos. But it's the truth, because there is no substitute for quality videos. So you really want to focus on the content, on the message, and then use all these optimization tricks to get your video more views and give your video more chance to succeed. All right, so a couple more things for you here that you can do. A couple of other really little known YouTube tricks. One of the things you can do with your YouTube account is add featured content. So basically, you can have a little ad show up on the bottom of your video that promotes another one of your videos. I have it showing my most recent upload, so it pops up at the end of the video, and again, just gives the viewer one more chance to stay with you and do things with you and see your videos rather than a competitor's. So if you go to your channel and you go to featured content, you'll see where you can add a featured video at the beginning of the video or at the end of the video. You can also add that channel ad, and this is basically what would show up here. So you can dictate what shows up in that ad. So that's just a little trick. Jeff asks, where can you get custom end slates? I made this one on Canva.com. So I basically created it and then added it to the end of my video in editing. I know there's a few people here and there that are coming out with these, sort of pre-designed end slates, but you still have to tag them onto the end of your video and add the annotation. So it is a little extra work, but it definitely keeps the traffic with you more. And lastly, I want to remind you that YouTube has a video editor within it itself. So if you want to clean up your video or trim it or add titles or transitions, you can do that right within YouTube's own video editor. So I don't use it very often, but once in a while I will use it if I just have to do a quick edit, because they do give you the ability to trim the clip or add titles to it or transitions. You can clip some of your other clips together and do some basic editing within the YouTube editor. So let me give you a quick summary of the YouTube optimization tips or tricks. And those were channel optimization, which is basically making sure that your channel is customized and looks like the rest of your brand. You can create a custom channel trailer, and that can be any video that you want. It can be a video that's already on YouTube or one that you create specifically for that purpose. You can optimize your titles, descriptions, and tags, which YouTube calls metadata. You can create custom channel art using Canva.com. You can create custom thumbnails. I also use Canva.com to create custom thumbnails. The size doesn't really matter because YouTube will resize it anyway. You can divide or organize or curate your content into playlists. So if you have a series of interviews, that can be one playlist, and it really gives you a good opportunity to organize your content and curate your content if you have a lot of videos on YouTube. You can do annotations, which are interactive clickable overlays. You can also do YouTube cards, which are nicer interactive overlays that pop up at various points in the video where you indicate. And you can create an end slate, which granted is a little bit more work, but it can keep that viewer on your channel longer because it pops up at the end and keeps that traffic and redirects them where you want them to go rather than popping off to somewhere up, some other site somewhere. So those are things you can do. And also, you can also do a branded video intro. So if you decide you're going to do a series, you might want to do a quick little intro 5-10 seconds to introduce your video. Marie Forleo does it. A lot of the bigger internet marketers have a quick little video. I have a quick little video at the beginning of mine. And you can actually create that. That's not on here, but I'll give you a link. It's called, not a link, but Intro Designer. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can use Intro Designer app, the Intro Designer app, which is like $2.99, to create a quick little spiffy, professional looking intro. So that is another quick tip. Let me see, did that go out to everybody? All right, so cool. That's Intro Designer. All right, so now that's all that stuff is YouTube. If you really want to get video right, you also have to do, or at least consider doing, a welcome video for your homepage if you don't already have one, a custom branded logo animation for intros or outros. There is some software that came out today. I want to say it's about $67. I'm not an affiliate, but it's called, oh crap, what is it called? Maybe Roz knows. I can't remember, promotion video promotion, something like that. But they give you some custom branded intros and outros along with their new editing software. And as soon as I remember the name of it, I'll let you know, but just came out today if you're watching this live. Also, you might want some video coaching to develop your marketing strategy. You probably want to have an opt-in page like I do at lubortone.com/kit, which is also called a video squeeze page. You know, obviously you want to figure out how to do your YouTube end slate graphics and custom thumbnails. And you should also be putting videos not just on YouTube, but on Facebook, which is now the second largest site for viewing videos. So I have been using Facebook a lot to put my videos up there. And the name of that new software, thank you, Roz and Phil, is Video Motion Pro. I don't have a specific link for it, but if you look for Video Motion Pro, or you've probably gotten 15 emails about it from other folks, but that's the new software that came out. Oh, Anna, thank you so much. That's awesome. Video Motion Pro for $67. I did actually buy it, I think from Mike Stewart's link, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet because I've been getting ready for this. But it is an online video editor that allows you to add intros and outros and end cards like we talked about before. So it looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at that and maybe do a webinar about it down the road. Thank you, Anna, for sharing the link. All right, so what I have to offer you, if you're interested, is I'm doing, for the first time in a long time, some done-for-you services. So if you don't want to figure all this out on your own, you're welcome to look at lubortone.com/DFY, which stands for Done For You. And I can help you do all that YouTube optimization stuff and basically do it for you. Take care of your channel and your groovy intro and outros and end card graphics and thumbnails. And I have different packages at different amounts depending on how much you need. But so many people were asking for, you know, can you just do it for me? And I resisted for a long time because it's just long, difficult work, frankly. But I'm going to do a handful. I'm going to do a bunch, actually. And I will do the stuff for you. So if you need a video opt-in page, or your channel customized, or if you need a welcome video or custom logo animation or end card graphics, you can look at the various packages at lubortone.com/DFY. And if any of those appeal to you, you can sign on to have stuff done for you. So it's basically getting a video producer and editor that can help you do all this and do it for you. Obviously, I've created video for a lot of online superstars, sort of. And I'm going to do it for you if you want, if you are so inclined. So let me see if I can find that. We're at lubortone.com/DFY. And I like to say, video marketing is the way of the future. So the sooner you enhance your video presence, the stronger your business will be. So here are the packages. If you go to lubortone.com/DFY, and it explains what's in each package, depending on what you get and how much you're willing to, how much your budget allows, you get more done for your services. And it's really all kind of, as you can see here, all totally done for you. I do the welcome video editing. I do the custom logo animation. So you send me raw footage, for example, on the welcome video, and then I add all the bells and whistles. Awesome. So I'm going to leave you for that and look at the questions and see if any questions are coming in about anything that we discussed this evening. I have a few minutes for questions. And, oh, by the way, I did the math today. I really screwed myself. I actually did the actual cost, as in not numbers I pulled out of my butt, for these. And if you were to buy these video production services separately from me, this would be $1,700. The gold would be $3,200 if you bought everything separately. And the platinum would be $5,719. So this is a steal. I'm not going to do that many, but I'm happy to do it for a few folks who are serious about getting their video presence on track. And I'll leave this up for a moment so that you can see that. It's lubortone.com/DFY. And in the meantime, let me take a look and see if there are any questions. Oh, Jeff, how you doing? Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to do a webinar with you down the road on this. Phil says, awesome stuff. Thank you. Roz says, that was just a question about Video Motion Pro. Patty says, once the video is already up, I can't find that box to unclick show suggested videos. You know, for all I know, YouTube may have moved it or changed it. I know it's so aggravating how they keep moving stuff around. But really the trick is, if you want videos to not show up at the end of the video, you can make sure that you are using that unique keyword, like your last name backwards. Or you can put an end slate, which will basically stall those videos coming up, and leave that end slate up for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and that way they're watching your stuff and your related videos instead of other stuff. So that's basically the best way to do that. All right, so Patty, let's see. Phil, I will have an affiliate program for this. I don't have it done yet because I literally just finished this tonight. Virginia says, useful info and not too long. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Virginia. Thank you, Sue. Says, great presentation. Thanks for the excellent tips. Ben asked about monetization. Well, honestly, that's a different webinar, but I will say that I believe every video can be monetized either directly or indirectly by, first of all, every webinar that you can do can be sold or put in a membership site, or you can create videos or video lessons that can be put on Udemy or udemy.com and sold there. I have courses on udemy.com. You can create video courses and sell them on your website or blog. So I think there's a lot of ways to monetize. I have a whole different webinar for that, which I'll have to resurrect one of these days. All right, cool. So yeah, Video Motion Pro looks like the real deal. I mean, like I say, I haven't really dove into it too much, but if it works like it says it does, it's a really easy video editor that basically is a substitute for Camtasia or Final Cut Pro. And that's it. So Adrian, I use my name backwards in the videos, and that's one of the ways that connects all the videos together. And I learned that years ago from Tom Antion. So give credit where credit is due. I call it the Antion backwards name trick. Because it's such a nonsense word, it tends to, Google finds that word and tends to group the videos together. It's not a guarantee, but it certainly helps. And really, if you're using consistent keywords, like if I'm using video marketing over and over and over again, it's going to start to link my name and my videos together. Cool. Thanks, Roz. Loved it. Great info. Things have really changed on YouTube. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm spending all my time trying to keep up with them. Kat says, thank you for offering this again after last week's glitches. I should say that last week's glitches were a result of a Google outage and internet issues on my end and not Webinar Jam, so I should let them off the hook. So far, Webinar Jam has been solid for 99% of the people and 99% of the time. But, you know, it's new technology and things do go wrong. So let me double check and see if there are any questions. If not, we'll jump off and get on with our day and evening. Let me just double check here on the tips here. Awesome, great. Yes, there will be a replay, and I will make that available as soon as possible. That's the great thing about Webinar Jam and Google Hangouts, is it creates the replay for you. I can add videos in my Webinar Jam thing, so I can select a video and see, you know, I might blow up the whole webinar, but I might just try it just for fun to see if it works. As you can see, we had polls and pop-ins. Here's another one. If you go onto pop-ins, you can actually see the done for you video offer on the side. So basically, what I have here is like they give you a countdown timer and then a buy button. So if you go onto pop-ins on the right-hand side, I almost forgot to put this in. That's another cool thing about Webinar Jam, is you can make your offers right within the webinar, so you don't necessarily have to send folks off page to lubortone.com/DFY. You can just do choose your package right here on the right-hand side, and it will go to that page. So that's another cool thing about Webinar Jam, not to mention the fact that it's a pretty cool offer anyway. So if you really want somebody to do it for you, I know it's not within everybody's budget, but it's a huge amount of work, which is why it's a huge discount off of what it would cost normally. But I'll do a handful of these for folks. And, you know, as I say in my old Godfather Part 3, I got out of video production for a while, but I couldn't stay away from it. So just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. So that's not really a very good Al Pacino. But anyway, so there it is. There's the offer on the right-hand side. Let me go back and see if there are any questions. The replay will be available. You will get a link to it. And I think if you go to the same link, this becomes the replay as well. So I think that the broadcast automatically becomes the replay later on. I have to remember how they do that. So yes, there will be a replay. Thank you, Ben. Ben says he hasn't made videos yet, but he's getting there. Do you recommend making a few or several videos before posting? You can really, you know, I was looking at some of my earlier videos, and if you want to do like a quick tip series, again, the content is more important than the quality, so you can practice and learn in action and learn on the go as you're doing it. And folks are not going to fault you if you've got good content. They're not going to worry too much if the production's not perfect. So I would say just, you know, dive right in and do what you can, and done is better than perfect. And Jeff says, Clemenza's old line, leave the gun, take the cannoli. I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says that, Jeff. So yes, the link will be here. Webinar Jam is working A-OK. If you go up under the pop-ins section on the right-hand side, you'll see the groovy little offer with the groovy little graphic that says choose your package. And feel free to check that out. It says the offer will end in 3 hours, and it's really more about how many I can do rather than the time. So that's that. Anything else before we wrap up? Let me take a quick look. Wall in New Zealand wants to connect with somebody else in New Zealand. I'll let you guys take care of that. Oh, here's a good question. Any tips on memorizing video scripts or other ways to have notes? Asks Lisa. I usually just have bullet points written down, and my really high-tech way of doing that is to basically tape a little index card below the webcam and read from my notes. I very rarely have an actual script. So I prefer, that's just my own style, I prefer to not memorize it, but just have a couple of key points. And most of your videos should probably be 3 minutes or less anyway. So, you know, there's not too much to memorize. If you do want to use a script, if you're more comfortable that way, there is teleprompter software that will turn your computer screen or even your iPad into a little bit of a teleprompter that will display your text and scroll it as you read. So I used to use on the iPad something called Teleprompt Plus, which basically turns your iPad, which has a camera in it, into a scrolling teleprompter. So that's it as far as memorizing video scripts. Again, I try and keep my videos short enough so I don't have a lot to remember. And I have 2 or 3 key points that I want to get across. If I'm doing a webinar, obviously, my slides are sort of like my script, so I kind of fall back on that. Thank you, Mason. Sorry about the issues at the beginning, but I think we all worked it out. Jeff, awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Wall, all the way out in New Zealand, thank you. Yes, Simone, there will be a replay that will be here, or I'll send it out to you. I guess Wall has Teleprompter Plus and says it's a good app, so that's awesome. Again, you guys, this is like a family reunion. So much fun. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And glad you were here. Lisa, Andrew, awesome. All right, let me see if there's any other last minute questions, anything about the offer, any questions about that. I'll leave it up for a while, but let me see. I think that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else. Let me just scroll through here, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Thank you, Elsie. Adrian, well, we have a lot of Australia and New Zealand folks here, so thank you. I have no idea what time it is there. The UK folks will probably get a replay because I know it is a pain in the butt to be up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching a webinar. There's no ideal time for the whole world, so thank goodness we have replays and recordings. Raj wants to know the name of the stand I use for my iPad. It's called Caddy Buddy. I think it's C-A-D-D. I don't know if it's Y or I-E, Caddy Buddy. And it's a guy that sells these pretty cool little adapters that you can use as a stand for your iPhone or iPad. Wall wants to know if I'm still doing my regular webinars on Fridays. I kind of got out of the habit of doing them, but I'll try and start them again. I am doing something called Just Ask Lou every Tuesday, which you can go to justaskLou.com and ask a question, and I'll answer it on video every week. So that's jutasklou.com. Stacy, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Good to see you virtually. Let me put in the jutasklou.com, and then we'll call it a night. Awesome. Oh, my God. Ben's from China. I had no idea you were over there. Maya wants to know if we can do a 2-pay option. Yeah, I think we can probably work something out. Just email me at vip@lubortone.com, and we'll work something out. You know, if that's what we need to make it happen, we will do that. And if anybody else wants to email me, you can get me at VIP. I don't know, did I just put that out? VIP@lubortone.com is probably the easiest way to find me. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Roz and the gang, Jeff, everybody, all my pals. We will see you on the next one. I'll look for the replay and the recording. I'll get it up as soon as possible. That's it from here. So bye for now. Thanks, guys.